All right, let's dive into a really fascinating modern parable. It's all about power, performance, and how we see ourselves, told through the story of an incredible illusionist. We're calling it the parable of the mirror and the echo. To master the world, one must first be a bridge over an abyss. Now, this quote, this is really the heart of the whole story. It's not about ruling from on high. It's about facing that terrifying gap inside yourself. Just keep that idea in your back pocket as we get started. So, let's set the stage. Picture this, a grand theater, all cedar and velvet, bathed in neon light. And up on that stage is our protagonist, a weaver of illusions named Zatanna. She has the entire audience in the palm of her hand. Now, her big thing, her unique act, is that she casts spells by literally speaking words backward. And to the audience, it's just an amazing trick. It's a clever, comforting lie that they absolutely love because it's entertaining and, more importantly, it feels safe. And this is where you see these two completely different realities playing out at the exact same time. The crowd thinks they're seeing a master of the world, this captivating performer in a top hat and silk. But what Zatanna knows is that she's that bridge over an abyss, telling a lie from inside a cage she built herself. And that applause? That's just the sound of the lock clicking shut. But of course, every performance has to end. And for Zatanna, the real show is what happens after that curtain falls. This is the story's big turning point. A brutal moment of honesty, right there in the wings. And what kicks it all off is this one sharp whisper from a rogue magician, Constantine. He says to her, "You play with the fire of the stars to light a cigarette for the masses." Wow. He's basically telling her she's wasting this cosmic, universe-bending power on cheap parlor tricks. That's a critique that's got a sting. And you know what? That comment sticks with her. When she finally gets to her dressing room and looks in the mirror, she doesn't even see herself anymore. The reflection just dissolves. She looks right past the performer and sees the ghost of her family line, the Magi, and the immense, terrifying price that comes with her power. And in that one moment, it all just clicks into place. The stage, it wasn't her home. It was a cage. The glitter and the spectacle weren't celebrating her power. They were a shield to hide how truly terrifying it was. And all that applause? Just noise. A distraction to keep her from facing reality. She knows what she has to do. This is the conclusion she comes to. To actually be powerful, she has to stop looking for approval from the crowd. She has to throw away the script, stop performing for everyone else, and finally become her own authority. Okay, so she's had this massive epiphany, now what? Well, this is where we see the final act of her transformation. And this isn't just a change of mind, it's a total rejection of her old life. She's about to start commanding the very chaos she used to run from. You can see her transformation happen in 3 clear steps. First, she literally steps away from the stage, from the footlights. Second, she walks straight into the darkness, into the danger where the real monsters are. And third, the whole reason she uses her magic changes. She's not speaking for applause anymore. She's speaking to take control of chaos itself. And this completely redefines her backward-speaking magic. See, it was never just a gimmick. It's actually this profound act of rebellion. By reversing language, she's rejecting conventional reality, rejecting what people call common logic. It's her way of literally reversing the destiny that was handed to her. It's her tool for freedom. This is her ultimate evolution. She's no longer just the daughter, the heir who's following a script written by her family or her audience. Nope, she becomes a creator, a genuine force of nature who shapes reality and writes her own destiny in the stars. So, what's the big lesson here? What does this all boil down to? When you strip away all the performance, all the illusions, the only true magic left is what the story calls the will to power, that deep internal drive to become everything you are capable of being. But what does will to power actually mean? It's not just about brute force. I love how this last quote puts it. It's the strength to hold the leash of demons while wearing the corset of a queen. It's about having immense control over your own inner chaos, but doing it with poise, grace, and total self-mastery. And this, of course, is where the parable turns the mirror back on us. It takes this whole incredible story of magic and power and asks us to look at our own lives. Because, let's be honest, we all perform in some way.
So the question I want to leave you with is this: when is your performance a comfort, and when is it a cage?